Thank you very much to Nqobile for that business update. To this now, the Port of Mossel Bay in the Western Cape has a pipeline of expansion projects. Now, this is according to the Minister of Transport, Barbara Creecy, who was doing an oversight visit to the port. Transnet has already put forward an interest to extend the port, with various stakeholders expected to engage in the request for information meetings. Newzroom Afrika's Nqobile Madlala has this report.
Minister Barbara Creecy has done a walkabout within the Port of Mossel Bay. And the importance of this is that the idea is to ensure that this port does work again and that it has finance and provides work for those that actually need it. I want to bring in Transnet because they're the ones that would like to invest in this port. And I think it's very important because over time, the port has been dependent on the drilling of gas, but that has gone away. Tell us, what are the plans going forward?
Thank you. Just to emphasize that the main client for this port over many years has been Petro SA, with the activities of obviously pumping gas from the ocean to their facility in Mossel Bay and converting that to fuel. And that activity has dwindled down to very little. And that Petro SA is now importing some fuel and supplying the local area, but that those volumes are very low. So this port sustainability was very much dependent on that. With that business having now dwindled to nothing, the port is now looking at opportunities of growing itself into other areas. And to do that, sessions will be held with potential port users that will indicate through information supplied to Transnet what are those activities they would like to engage in. For example, the agricultural sector will look at this area and look at what products they can either bring in or send out using this port. So we need to interface with them. The petroleum industries as well will look at it. The fisheries will look at that. And the major one is obviously tourism that will be looking at this port. And on the tourism side, we've already got a high level of interest, and you would have had the minister saying that we've had last year 20 shipping tourist ships that have come into this port. We're expecting 26 in this coming year, and we see that number growing. However, the constraint is that the ships, those big vessels, have to moor outside of the port and then bring people in with smaller boats because we don't have the facility here. So going forward into the future, we would want to do that. So to attract more cruise ships into this port. But in the meantime, we are busy building a tourist facility that will accommodate then the customs and other facilities for receiving guests into the country and obviously dispatching guests out of the country. So that is being constructed and will be ready sometime next year to be used by the cruise ships or the tourism. And to support that tourism, the private train operators are also interested in operating private trains from this port and taking people on the Garden route, maybe up to Knysna, and be making those facilities available. We are in some in a process of concluding a concessioning facility with one of the tourist operators.
How much do you think would be invested in all of this?
Some of the investment that we're going to do, we want to extend the breakwater by another 80 meters. We want to extend the quay wall where bigger cruise ships can berth there. We also want to deepen the draft of the port, and we want to create a bit more facilities, waterfront type facilities for entertainment and restaurants and things that support entertainment. We want to provide a facility for small craft, for yachts, away from where the water is turbulent. All of this costs close to R1 billion for the total port, to invest in to create these facilities. The fishing industry as well are busy. Behind me, you will see some construction taking place, need to expand their facilities. And behind me also, it's an engineering area where we're going to to do engineering on small vessels up to 500 tons. And that facility also is going to be expanded and modernized to be able to be used for fixing small vessels.
All right, thank you very much for speaking to us. That is Transnet looking at the investment that they are going to be making on the spot to ensure that there is activity that takes place that can provide some employment, but also can provide some profits for those that are currently working within. For Newzroom Afrika on channel 405, I am Nqobile Madlala in Mossel Bay in the Western Cape.